What's happening, Hoodlum Gang? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big old end. And before we get started, I'm gonna need you to do me two small favors. I'm gonna need you to go and hit that like button if you like the content. I'm gonna need you to subscribe if you want to become a part of the Hoodlum Gang. Also, you can go on over to Instagram and follow me at Hoodie from the Hood. That's D-A, duh, not the, like the channel, Hoodie from the Hood. Talk to me, I talk back sometimes. Now, before I slide up in here, I want to give y'all a little quick video, a little story time. Also, if y'all seen the video the other day, the behind the scenes to the video shoot and Lil Hoodie C-Day, appreciate all the birthday wishes. Some of y'all misunderstood that and thought it was my birthday, but it clearly say Lil Hoodie. I'm not Lil Hoodie, I'm Big Hoodie. But yeah, Bully 3 shot a video too. That should be out soon. As soon as y'all know, as soon as I know, y'all know. My bad. But anyways, this is a story from 2010. Yeah, about 2010, maybe early 2011. When I was doing my first prison term, Sentinella, level 3. It wasn't really too much going on that yard, but internal stuff. A lot of internal stuff with every race. Wasn't really no racial tension or nothing like that. So everybody was getting on their own people. Y'all know how it go if you've been there. This situation was no different. We was chilling that yard one day. All right, let me tell you how this. All right, there was something that happened. Somebody had dropped the kite and said that something was gonna happen to a sergeant or lieutenant or whatever the fuck. Basically, like, somebody had came to the yard and was trying to shake the yard up, and people was used to living how they was living. So at first they locked everybody down for about a couple days. Then they let everybody out except the Southsiders. The essays was still on lockdown for about a week, but the whites, the blacks, and the others was coming out to yard. That's how they was doing it. I don't know if they do it like that everywhere, but that's how they was doing it in that pen. So one day we was on the yard chilling, and I'm standing by the basketball courts, and I forgot who I was talking to. I think I was talking to the homie from Nutty Block. I was standing there, and all of a sudden you see like 4 or 5 niggas just rush one nigga. They blitz cuz right there, and he fell. He was trying to fight. He fell. And they kind of got on him a little bit. They didn't stomp him out. At least not that I remember. Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't remember them stomping him out, but they was socking him while he was on the ground. And he got up. You know, they you know, made the yard go down. Whatever came and got him. Whatever the case happened, he ended up coming back. You know, it wasn't a big thing. So it turns out that dude was from 4 Trade Gangsta Crip, and the rest of them dudes was from 8 Trade Gangsta Crip. Now, I think I ended up hollering at him later on, because it was one of them dudes that I used to see him and we used to just do head nods. I never really talked to him like that. He used to talk to the homie though from West Coast. They had like a good relationship because they had been on the yard already for some years together. So I remember talking to him later on, and he had basically said that it had happened over a TV. Pretty much one of the dudes from A-Trade, and I don't remember all their names, but I remember 2 of the dudes from A-Trade's names, but I'm not gonna say their names. But one of them was a lifer, and the dude from 4 Trade was a lifer too. And then the other dude, I knew his name because he worked in the kitchen with me. And that's the first time I had heard of a North Side A-Trade gangster, because he was from the North Side part. And yeah, he worked in the kitchen, but I never really talked to that dude. So I guess one of the lifers had gave the dude from 4 Trade a TV. You know, he had an extra TV, a floater TV. So the dude from 4 Trade is supposed to buy the TV off of old boy, but I guess he hadn't bought it yet. You know, he was low key, you know, waiting for his money to come in, whatever the case. Probably, hey, man, I'm going to get you on the next quarterly package. You know what I mean? Whatever the case was. And then another dude from A-Tray came to the yard. Now, when the new dude come, he's priority. So all of a sudden, they want to give the TV to the dude who just came. Like, oh, my homie here. You know what I mean? You got to give up that TV. And old boy was basically like, we already had a deal. Like, nigga, I told you I'm gonna give you the bread. You know what I mean? They like, well, you ain't paid yet. It been however long. I don't even know if it was that long, if they was just set tripping because whatever. It's favoritism. That's what this gang shit is. That's what life is, homie, for the most part. You rarely run across people like myself who be unbiased. And I'm not going to say I don't have a little bit of favoritism because I'm not perfect. It depends on the situation and the person. But it's rare to have that trait. Most people just, they be one-sided. You know what I mean? They got tunnel vision. But anyways, basically he was, standing on his on his thing, on his push. Like, homie, like, nigga, I said I'd get you the bread, homie. Like, you already gave me the TV. Now you trying to give it to old boy. So they was having words. Now I don't hear this conversation. I'm sitting here talking to the homie. All of a sudden you hear the scuffle because they, like, on the basketball court, they just rush all at one time. Boop, bop, boop, 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 whatever. He's squabbling back. It's too many for him. So I remember when they came and cuffed him, I remember he was just looking at them, like, shaking his head. He had a bloody mouth. He was just kind of like, all right, for sure. That's how y'all gonna do me? All right. So he leave. He ended up coming back. And like I said, I worked in the kitchen in the morning time too. So, you got to get up like 3 in the morning. You got to be in there by like 4 or something crazy like that. So I don't think we got off until about 10 or 10:30, sometime when they was having yard. So whenever yard would come out, every time we hear yard open up, we hear the yard go down. That was him getting his run back on each and every one of them every day. And they wasn't packing them out no more. So he'd get off on one of them coming out the building, you know what I mean? Yard down, boom. He'd go back. They'd, do their little procedure, let him come back. The next day, boom, he'd get on the second person. And like I said, it was about 5 or 6 of them. So he did this about 4 times. And then all of a sudden, we was at yard one day and we see some new inmates coming in. Now, I forgot old boy's name, but he was from Four Deuce Gangsta crib. And everybody knew him because he was just on that yard. I think he just came back for like a 10-month violation or a year flat or something like that. That's when they were still doing this. So when he come back, it's instantly like, oh boy gonna be tripping. I could tell because after all of this, I talked to him a few times on the weight pile doing pull-ups and all that stuff. And he had that type of turned up energy. So they was already saying like, oh, whoop-de-whoop here. He ain't going for none of that. He ain't gonna like that. So I think later on that day, was it later on or was it the next day? It might have been the next day. It could have even been later on that day. I don't know for sure. But like I said, old boy from Faux Trey was already coming out and getting his run backs. And from what everybody was telling me, he was beating everybody up on a one-on-one tip, including the older nigga that had life, who the whole TV started over. He had been down since like 1982. We in 2010 by this time. And yeah, he put them paws on him too. So we at yard and they over by the handball court. Everybody, kind of like paying attention but not really looking. And the nigga from Four Deuce just charged. Boop, bop, boop, 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 boop. The other nigga from A-Tray, this is the last one, is the one that I worked in the kitchen with from Northside A-Tray. He was squabbling. He got sat on his pocket. Boop, bop, bam. The nigga on him. Boop, bop, boop, boop, nigga. And then kind of just like start popping his shit. You know what I mean? I can't hear it because they over there. You know what I mean? They got away with that fight. The tower either didn't see it or didn't give a fuck at this point. And I seen the dude from A-Tray get up and I ain't gonna lie, he looked like he was crying. I don't know. Or he wanted to cry. I don't know. Nigga looked like he was highly emotional and but he was still trying to fight though. He was still trying to fight and the other dudes from A-Tray was grabbing him like it's over with. It's over with. And the other nigga like just like, yeah, nigga. Like, yeah, nigga, whatever, popping this, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, y'all jump my homeboy type shit. So like I said, I kind of gravitated towards him. I started chopping it up with him. We'd be out there working out. I don't know his name, but I think he had a faux deuce on his back arms and he had an evil side on his back. If y'all know who that is, that's who Cuz is. Unless y'all got more than one homie like that. And this is around 2010, 11. And he was like in his early, maybe mid-20s at the latest. I could be wrong. But anyways, that's what happens, homie, when you live in this lifestyle. That's what happens when you go to prison. That's what happens when you think people got your back. That's what happens when you think people won't show favoritism and politic on you, homie. I don't know the ins and outs. Like I said, it was over TV. I don't know if that dude had did something prior to that to get on their radar, but for them to just flip the script on him like that, that happens in this lifestyle, homie. People change up every day. So I keep trying to tell y'all, homie, this might not be something that you want to do. I don't care how long you known some of these dudes, man, they'll flip the script on you real fast for no reason. Well, there's a reason for everything, but, you know, these niggas hating ain't no reason for that. But they'll do it. It'll be over the most pettiest shit, because you got to understand that most people in this gang lifestyle haven't fully developed. A lot of them are still childish. They still have a childish mentality. Even though they might physically be grown, mentally they're not. So the stuff that the average person might trip off of, not trip off of, a gang member would take that to the heart. You know what I mean? And it's little stuff like that. They wanted their TV back to give it to somebody else. He hadn't paid for it yet, but as a man, when you give somebody a verbal agreement like that, and then it seemed like you trying to mark him out, he done got comfortable with the TV. He probably done already made plans to have whatever sent to them. And now you want to take it back because your homie here? That ain't cool. And then y'all want to jump the man for it? That ain't cool. Like I said, he came back and beat every single one of them up on the one-on-one tip. Then his homie came and finished off the last dude. So y'all got to be careful, homie, when y'all out here teaming up and trying to rat pack people because y'all think y'all got the advantage. And things could turn on you that fast. So with that being said, I'm your boy Hoodie from the Hood, your friend from that chunky end, and I'm out.